following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 2. And we welcome you to the final game of a 3-pack today in Justice July, as we once again must say that court is in session, as tonight we have the second straight 8-9 game, Justice July, back to the prosecution region after the 8-9 just earlier in the defense region. Also started the day in this region, so we're starting and ending in the same region today. And today we got a good 8-9 matchup between NinjaJax and Tonya. NinjaJax comes into this tournament 3-3, 2 wins away from LCQ. Has had some solid wins, but ultimately needs 2 wins to be able to play beyond this tournament. Obviously, Tonya only in their third tournament, didn't play in the first, but looking to try and pull off a big run to try and stay alive beyond the season. Only 1-2 coming in to this game this evening. We take a look at our schedule from today, and it started earlier this afternoon as Bob Ross returned to the table after a crazy run last tournament as the 3 seed in the prosecution region, going up against Noah. And at the very least for Noah, it was more competitive than his game against Pikachu. Bob Ross wins it in 7. And then just earlier in the defense region, Mazuat taking it to Scars. Scars' season is over, as Mazuat's season will continue with a 5-game winner in the 8-9 game in the defense region. And obviously for Maz, it's still an uphill climb, only in their second tournament, needing 3 wins to make the LCQ. It's a tall order, but it is not impossible, as we now dive into this 8-9 game in the prosecution region. And we look at the bracket. The number 1 seed, Saiyan Titan, awaits the winner between these two tonight. And then the 4 seed, Evan, awaits the winner between 5-12. Matchup Wes versus Meredith. That'll be after dark Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. We bring it now to the table, and joining me in the booth this evening is going to be Leah. And Leah, obviously, both these players have had some success, have had some failure in this season. Tonya obviously only played in T2 and 3 to this point now, into the fourth tournament, the third tournament of the season, 1-2. Got maybe not as much stakes. You never know what could happen, obviously, but they're maybe try to play a little spoiler for NinjaJax, who's a little bit closer to LCQ, needs a couple of wins to make it there, making it a little bit harder after a round 1 bow out to Ryder last time. So talk to me about your thoughts on this one. Should be interesting.
Hello. Am I coming in clear?
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, well, thank you for having me again, Short. And I have to say, the 8-9 lines in MRE are always interesting, but this one particularly catches my eye because, as I see it, Ninja and Tonya here almost kind of mirrors of each other's runs so far. Uh, Ninja Jax obviously came in very strong at the start of the season, still barely holding on to a top 25 spot, if I remember correctly, but had a pretty unfortunate first game in the previous tournament and is now looking to kind of reclaim some of that past success. Tonya, on the other hand, debuted in Archery April with a first round exit that was very unfortunate, but then kind of had a very strong rebound, not making it super far, but winning her first round of 64 game and then putting up a very, very competitive fight against eventual tournament winner Maihao. And I think for both players here, both of them are hungry. Both of them are looking for success for different reasons. Uh, I think you can say here the experience is definitely in Ninja Jack's favor, the momentum kind of in Tonya's. And I think for both players, it's just going to be very important to keep their cool because I imagine it's going to be a pretty high pressure series for both.
Most definitely. Um, Obviously, anything can happen. Anyone can win. It's very interesting to see what will go down. So, start with Ninja Jax here. Ninja Jax, we remember what the game against Ryder, very close Battle of the Brits. I was there streaming that one, and here you are again on streaming round one, and needing to get to the round of 16 ultimately to keep your season alive. But um, obviously, I know how to treat the game. Kind of a fun experience for you. What are your thoughts on playing Tonya coming in here, and obviously tie that with the stakes you have to continue your season beyond this tournament?
Honestly, just looking forward to get back playing again. I still need 2 wins to qualify. Made it kind of hard because I didn't play in the first tournament. I think I joined in April as well, same as Tonya. My first season was obviously my best. I beat Luke, and then I beat, I think, the rank 3 seed or something, and ended up making it to like, I think, the semi-finals and lost. And then went into the last season. I think I won my first game, and then came up against Ryder and lost 4-2. And then I don't know, that was like a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, about
And now just, I don't know, looking to. I don't think I'm gonna get my 2 wins. It'd be nice to win this game, but I'll be honest, not played. I've played like 2 games of Uno in 6 weeks, so Tonya's my 4-2 favorite going into this game.
all right. Tanya, obviously a little bit further away from it than Ninja is, but you still, I mean, you can really do anything if you put your mind to it, get the wins. Thoughts on coming into this one, maybe playing a little bit of a spoiler role, a little bit of house money kind of role for you at the one win, but obviously, trying not to let your season end here in the first round of the last tournament.
The key is just genuinely not looking at the score, not looking at the situation. Because, you gotta play consistently, like whichever point you are. It doesn't matter if this is like a practice match or if this is game 11 of the finals. You always need to play consistently. And I think that I can do that. And maybe yeah, my season is on the line, but like I don't gotta think about that, man. I just gotta play my I just gotta troll the narrative here and get the win. So I think it's gonna be fine. Obviously, I am looking to make a splash here. Final
Right,
four, big ask, but I can totally do it. So
right, right. Yeah. So stakes have been laid out. The 8-9 games are always usually fun to watch, notwithstanding the last result that I just mentioned. Sorry, Scars. Anyway, he's our ref tonight. He'll put the cards in. Ninja Jax, you get first call, sir. How many cards we feeling for game one?
I would like. Let's take a visit to the 7 wonders of the world.
All right, we're gonna go G7. Here we go. And underway on a blue zero sugar start here.
The OG7 start, and you know I'm happy about that short. My favorite start in the deck.
Yep.
And starting on a 0, it's an interesting way to begin the game because less zeros than any other number in the deck already kind of takes away from some potential options. Very unlikely to get the switch off of blue here, but as I say that, it happens. So
KT would be proud. Anyway. School of Reeds
Tonya
is
hits a
always open here
double.
in MRE Uno, and we're going to go with Tonya's going to go quickly for the double play. One up from
And
Ninja
Ninja
Jax.
plays it cool. Both players at 5 cards.
And again, you think about aggression. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of aggression,
you think about aggression in a low tier like this, 5 to 7, because you never know what could be on the other side of the table from you.
Huh, right? Ninja still plays it clean. Tonya responds with a 1. I'm just thinking, you go out there, 5 cards, you play a +4 like that. I have to wonder, what's the logic there? Like, are you that close to a finish? Is it your only option? Or are you actually looking to have your opponent fire back and give you some more cards to work with?
Potentially. We've seen players do that.
Now we have it's an 8-2 differential. Tonya very much in that red zone, could go out any moment. Ninja with quite a few more cards, and I wonder, does he have ammo here that he might be considering using in response?
Certainly we'll find out. Pause there from Ninja. Gonna go looking for it. Oh, that's fine.
Oof.
Yeah, like on my phone, I can't react to messages right now. Discord is in shambles.
Yeah, I think I noticed some minor issues there not too long ago. Switch into the yellow. Ooh, Tonya down to Uno.
There's Ryder who sent him out last tournament. Watching on. His fellow Brit.
We just have to wonder. I mean, if you're in Ninja's position here, it's so tough because you have no idea what color Tonya's holding on to here.
Exactly.
Really kept that hand of mystery. So.
Yep.
If I had ammo cards, I'd definitely play them here. I guess we'll see what Ninja comes out with. And
Has
there's a
+2
+2.
save.
Nice.
Good save right there.
Yeah, Tonya's still with advantage, but it's 5-3 now. 5-2 after that move.
You're good, Myhel. I'm fine with messages in the game channel as long as it's not
Oh wow,
a bunch of people spamming in it.
That's the third 0 out of 4. Yeah, as Tonya points that out.
Yep, just over 3 minutes gone by, and that's 3 zeros. So you'd think we don't move for a while,
and we're in
unless
Draw
there's
City
ammo.
now. So
Yep.
Ninja with the 5. Tonya's still drawing. This is the first momentum shift we've seen in a while. As Ninja goes up by 1 card, looking to
doesn't make anything from the 5, and we're hitting the deck again.
It's interesting because I mean, depending on who you are, what kind of player, what kind of play style you use, Draw City can be a totally different thing. Varies from person to person. Sometimes it's a place of security, other times it's a place of fear.
Back and forth they go. Tonya not keeping it secret that they like Draw City.
All right, well, I guess that's that first type of player I was talking about.
Literally. How rude of it.
But Tonya talking about being comfortable in this draw city. Hasn't seemed to get anything yet, but you never know. There could be some secret ammo holds going on here. Ooh, what is that message from Ninja? Is that just a test of the Discord or?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a switch. Gotta be even more nerve-wracking than usual to have a series when Discord's kind of flailing out a little bit, because any message could just be testing the system or a sign of
or a
doom.
reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Discord.
Yeah. I bet our players are really howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon right now. If you get it, you
Ooh.
get it.
Spitting bars now? God damn. I didn't know Jesse Turner was here.
Looks like both players are quite comfortable in the blue. We see 4-6, Ninja's still up by 2. Now up by 4. Very effective double from Ninja there. Tonya's still playing it cool. And that's a draw. Tonya can still run blue. So we might see yet another momentum switch unless Ninja pulls something here. Oh, green wild. That's strongest ammo card we've seen so far. Or no, my apologies. There was a +4 earlier I'd forgotten about, but it's been a while since we've seen any ammo played. So that green wild's kind of a heater.
A little bit.
Does Ninja have a double to finish it or go to check here? Judging by
Question
that
is it
typing.
pace management or is it Discord bugging out?
Yeah, I saw Ninja typing. I was thinking that it was for him. I had to assume it might be a case where he had 2 cards he could play and just wanted to figure out the order. But now Tonya's left with options in this 1-3.
Ooh, triple.
Well, double into a draw.
Oh, I can't read.
So, gotta hope Ninja ain't holding on to a red card. And looks like that was the correct judgment.
It's safer call. It's a big
Both players tied up
call
2-2 here, and it's ISO. I was expecting that to be ISO. I mean, obviously
deck.
Tonya drew before, so no top deck yet. It's a skip, but not too helpful there. Ninja finally closes it off with a number card. Tonya again with another red ammo into draw.
20 draws, yep.
And then Ninja draws back now. We have our second notable draw city of the game. I mean, I have to say, Short, for a game 1, this is going on quite a while. It's very competitive.
No doubt about it.
Especially for a 7-carder. I mean, seems like
That's
it's been
the
very
thing
even
about
on
it
the
is
ammo
that-
so far.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like, it could either be really quick or really slow. It ultimately depends on what the hands are at this stage. Here's Tonya looking to try and make the break, and again, it's always like when we're in this situation, it's always about who feels confident enough to make the break. And Tonya, despite back cards, makes the break and now has to hope that Ninja doesn't have blue a double finish in the situation. Has check.
Yeah, yeah, Ninja
Tonya
down to
having a
check.
response.
Not
Just
the
a
first
3.
time he's been
Ninja
at
for a game
Uno.
1 winner. No.
Nope,
Tonya for
it's
check.
another draw. The second time Ninja's been down to Uno, but
Wild! Oh,
that is a
that is
massive deep
huge.
check from Tonya. I think this is Tonya for the win. I mean, Ninja could be holding something here, but
There could be +2s lingering, but with little to no cards.
with only 2 cards in Ninja's hand, I'd
Okay,
be
just another
surprised.
7,
And yet,
and
that's going to
that's
be
gonna
game
do
for
it.
Tonya.
Game 1 win. Tonya, what was going through
almost
your
11
head there?
minutes
Because
in.
that was crazy close down the stretch there. What was what was going through your head going down the stretch there, being that close and just having to reverse draw to stall it out like that?
So at the time that we entered Draw City, I felt it was very likely that my opponent didn't have really anything to respond with. So I felt that even despite the card disadvantage, it was safe to run it considering he drew like 3 or 4 cards, which probably meant he couldn't like finish on blue. He'd probably get the draw there. So I felt it was pretty like, especially considering I got nothing. This is important to remember. I got nothing to lose. I need to win 4 matches this season. So I felt it was a calculated risk. It paid off. I'm glad it did. Winning game 1 is always.
Yeah. Ninja, you mentioned that didn't get the good ammo. Yeah, I mean, definitely we're in a tough spot. 2 wilds used against you down the stretch there, but I mean, you were pretty close regardless. Just needed the numbers. With the blue 2, what did you have another blue after the blue 2? Right,
I think I had a green 7.
Oh, green 7. Yeah, that's right, you drew. And then
It's just same old. I usually get like 2 wilds all night. So there's one. So mint. And I pick that up. But like the reverse is how you can like stack them, and like the skips, like I either get one or the other. I never get like 2 of the same.
Yeah, well, Leah, tough break there from Ninja, but definitely Tonya being able to stall it, use Draw City to their advantage, and be able to work their way down and find have themselves in position to be successful. Thoughts on that first game before we move on? I know I cut you off earlier. That's on me.
Hey, no, it's fine, man. Yeah, this was quite the interesting first game to watch. It pointed out ammo was very even for a while. Tonya pulled ahead at the end there. I have to assume those wilds came from the draw cities, one or the other. I I think it's fair to say the ending was kind of luck based, but it was a very well played game from both parties the whole way through. And I think as I mentioned before, like this is going to be a series where both players need to keep it cool, whether they're far ahead or far behind. Just like dealing with that pressure is key. So I don't think obviously one game down, this is nowhere near over for Ninja, and I'm excited to see where the series goes from here with such a competitive first game.
Yeah, definitely for sure. We'll see how it goes. Ninja, you still have open board for game 2. How many? Go 10. Starting off with a yellow 4 for game number.
Twice in a row, we see Ninja switch the color on the first card. This time, we get another switch from Tonya. Game's barely started, and we've already seen 3 out of 4 colors. And I highly doubt Ninja's going to go for the
Isn't it
Skittle
great
here, but
when
it would be fun to see.
a great?
I was trying not to mention that, man.
Who cares? You only fall out of your chair over a number once. It's not gonna happen again, right?
Oh, that's that's what we'd like to tell ourselves. I wouldn't put it past you. Oh my god.
What in the
Second
heck is
game in a
going
row,
on
we
here?
see 3-0 back to back. This series is going to be a treat, I tell you. My goodness.
It's
We've seen 4-4-4
all of that.
and now 0-0-0.
Seen trips, and no green. Goodness. Undercutting goes crazy.
Oh, it sure does. Ninja seems to be having minor Discord issues again. Hopefully he can get his play in sooner rather than later. And it's a draw. So Ninja really showing off weak spots here. Drew on blue, drew on yellow. Is he playing a bicolor hand right now?
Possibly, but he goes back to blue.
So that either that could have been an attempt at a fade earlier, or he just kind of
Happened
drew
to
that
draw
blue five.
Yeah.
Say the latter case is more likely, but Tonya seems to have more color versatility here.
There's his
Ninja
wild.
into the green. Using a wild, which Tonya can also run on. I'm curious to see. Just playing a 3 right now. I'm curious if Ninja has anything else, any ammo he can use here. Because Tonya,
Plus to blue.
already running down to 3 cards, hasn't drawn a single time. Doesn't seem to be slowing down.
That seems pretty plain A. The numbers are falling in the right places for Tonya.
And if I had to guess, Ninja's gonna draw here or
Cross. Oh, undercut again.
Looking number switch.
And we're gonna stay red.
Tonya's still having the red. Now, I'm curious with this switch into red if Ninja's going to pull something out like maybe reverse skip meta, maybe a +2, even a +4 switch, just to something to put him ahead, gain some momentum here. Because he's pretty far behind in this game right now.
No doubt.
Been typing for a while, of course we know. That could be Discord issues as much as it's loading up.
So boring.
Tonya down to 2, looking to try and get a second game, but Ninja gonna have to try and set something up here.
Yeah, there's one thing I would know from experience you hate to do is go 0 for 2 on your home turf. So, obviously, it's not unrecoverable by any means, but it's a much more difficult spot to play from. So, if Ninja can win this game, he's definitely going to want to do everything he can to.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and I kind of called a big run like that. You see the double skip into the +4, and that's a absolute scoreboard flipper. Went from 6-2 to 2-6, I believe. Ninja now ahead.
Yep.
But
exact flip.
Tony was shown to have red before, and now with these 4 freshies, I bet he still does.
See there? Oh, they have triple into blue.
Oh wow, and that's another run.
Adds 2 to Ninja's total and pulls back ahead by 1.
You know, we're seeing
Here
another
comes Ninja,
very
though.
competitive game. Ninja
Maybe-
with a reverse.
Might be a draw.
Is this the start of a 1 or is this a draw?
No, not quite. You got
Yeah, you
plus
still
2.
got 3 cards, Ninja.
You got plus 2'd.
Be patient there. Although this is not as bad as a mistake I made in a practice series the other day. I missed a
Oh.
+2 and played like 2 +4s back to back, thinking I had a finish when I didn't. So at least it's
Yeah.
not that. And now we really flip things. Ninja's the one running, Tonya's the one drawing.
Now Ninja's drawing. There we go.
And yep, now it's just classic Draw City. Tonya's previously said he's comfortable here. We've seen Draw City go in his favor last game, but will Lightning strike twice here and grace Tonya with top decks, or will Ninja come out the one on top this time? You see a 6?
That sets
No
something
switch
up.
from Tonya.
No.
Back to drawing. There's the switch. Into green, color we haven't seen in a hot minute. I haven't seen green in a while, actually. From scrolling up, looks like green was one of Tonya's weaker colors before, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got some off that +4. Looks like he did. Up to a 5, up to a 7 from Ninja.
Now we're going.
Tonya to check with the +4 into the 0. This play makes me think Tonya's last card could be green, but I wouldn't be so sure about that. Ninja now
Never
a
know.
bit of an impasse here. 4 cards, 2 freshies, looking to just do anything to stop Tonya from winning the second game. And a +4 will do it. At the very least,
Big
that's an
save there,
effective
but
stalling method.
more than a
And
double.
we'll have to see. This could just be wild into a number. It could be a bigger run. Could even be a
Oh!
finish.
Is that it?
Reverse +2. I think this is a finish. Because leaving that +2 open does not seem like a very wise move otherwise. So I think Ninja is taking the game here if I had to guess.
+4 is enough. Hard. Pause here. There's a draw.
Really going to draw on the open +2. If I were in that spot, I mean, I would have played the +2 then the reverse and left that open instead. But I'm not going to judge, I guess. 'Cause we don't know how this game is going to end yet. Either way, Tonya closes it off, does not take the bait with the +2. Looks like Ninja top decked a yellow card, so we still don't know what his last card from before is. And now it's Tonya's call if he wants to switch to any particular color or play any particular number. It could always be the wrong one. Gonna ditto.
Walking on eggshells at the situation.
Ninja does not have a 2, draws again. And it's yet another draw city. Now we've kind of seen these work out in both players' favor because, I mean, earlier it looked like Tonya pretty much had this in the bag. Ninja came back swinging with more ammo, and while he couldn't quite finish it off, he does maintain that lead in card count. Switching to the red into check. This could be huge. Tonya draws. Does Ninja have a red card? Is this Ninja for game 2? I wouldn't be surprised if this is a actually a strategic play by Tonya, because it could always be a true draw, but maybe he'd rather just leave this on the red 8 as opposed to risking.
Nope, not the.
No, looks like Tonya is just iced on red. Ninja is as well, so really makes you curious what that last card is. I guess up to 2 cards now, but more drawing. Snap, he says, plays another red 8. Of course, that doesn't open up any opportunities for Tonya. Ooh. Nothing, of course. Just that split second of fear putting into your opponent reminds me of that dumb thing Geo does. And we see a reverse into a draw.
That's may
Tony
start
closes
coming
it
down
off.
to the numbers, you'd think. How many ammo cards are just on a one play draw?
Yeah, I have to say, second time in a row, we've seen a very close, very competitive, and pretty long game, even on a card start that's not particularly big. Oh, what is this?
Oh, crazy.
Yellow
That's
wild?
like town.
Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, is it really? Okay, I'm assuming this is another draw city, based on the way Ninja's talking, or not. Okay, wow. Uh, what is that last card, Ninja?
Oh my goodness.
Wow, finally ends that game. 13.5 minutes.
Crazy endurance war back and forth between these. My goodness. Yeah, a late games drag Ninja, just a late night, and playing kind of more endurance style, more slow pace. Running it down on the numbers, trying to find the right connections. Thoughts on that game win and splitting the first 2?
I don't know. That was so boring. It was boring because it was long, and it's boring because every time I click to view my hand, my Discord breaks.
Oh, that's
why it takes ages. And it's only like this server that he does it in.
But,
Tonya will just be waking up now. Wait, Tonya? For an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, Tonya. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to see what it came down to because you were both of you are so close so many times in that game, but ultimately it seemed like you would run out of ways to counter Ninja in the end. There, able to down at the end. Anything more to that?
Oh, that was honestly an awesome game. I love line games. People tend to come a little boring. I think they're super interesting, but I actually still like had ways to counter Ninja there because like the wild I played here, it was it's unfortunate it turned out that way. I was scared of the green because to me it seemed likely like that one card that Ninja had was green. So I wanted to switch up that, expecting he may have two, and got into the unfortunate yellow switch. It happens. I think this was a really good game. This is definitely an endurance series, which is kind of awesome. Because last tournament, both of my matches were like fast shoot downs. so it's cool to get gameplay variance. But yeah, GG's to Ninja for that game. That was well played.
All right. Yeah, Leah, I mean, it's definitely starting to look like it's kind of endurance mind games, and we got like two separate ends of the spectrum, although it ends up being slow pace for both because Ninja's Discord is breaking and Tonya actually likes the slow pace mind game.
Oh yeah, indeed. This is a very exciting game to watch, I have to say. Uh, Before Tonya says, I was just about to mention I've played a lot with Tonya, and I know he typically likes to run the higher tier 11 to 15 area, so I'm not surprised with this 12 card start. But I just wanted to comment. I mean, we see the classic split here. One game for each party on the home territory, going into the away territory as Tonya gets the call here. I mean, yeah, it's certainly interesting. I guess just quickly on that last game, I did get kind of a bad feeling about that yellow wild because if you just don't know what color your opponent has, I feel it would have been more safe to stay in green or, if anything, switch back to the red. But not every play can be a winner. I think Tonya still very much kept his head in the game and kept it a close game too. And I hope to see more long, well-fought games as we continue.
All right, we're continuing it with a 12 card game 3. Tonya's first home. Run it first. Tonya starts it off with a 7. And then we're going.
I swear to God, we better not get trip 0 again, or I'm going to leave the call.
Trip 0. No.
Oh my God, is 0 the new 4?
No, even better. It's gonna become it's gonna be Skittles.
Uno Papa. Very insightful commentary from
I love them
Ninja.
reading it. Oh my god. Oh pop.
Now we sit here. Looks like Ninja's having some Discord issues again, wondering where he'll take this green 0.
Could possibly happen here.
Okay, thankfully it's not another trip 0. We see a double play +2 into the 3. Sets Tonya a bit behind on cards early on. Tonya continues running the green. Does Ninja have a switch here? Does he stay in green or does he have to draw? That's a switch.
Yellow 7 from Tonya in response. Back and forth
Yeah,
on the
we
yellow.
see 2 to 8 or 2 to 7, 3 to 8. We kind of see Ninja staying on the low floors. Tonya trying to push the elevator upwards a bit.
A little bit.
And they meet in the middle at a ditto on the 5.
Into the
He's
6.
just safe now.
Cross the red. So, yeah.
Oh my God. Nobody on stream is gonna get that joke. But now we're into the red.
This is where you put the ad breaks.
Go from the 5-1 down
Should
to
get me
the
in more
4.
often.
And this episode of MRE Uno is sponsored by no.
Both players pretty comfortably running the red. Already getting down to decently low card counts. Not quite in that red zone yet, but Ninja at 4, Tonya at 6. So we could see some ammo start to come out soon. Double from Ninja gets down to dose, and that's going to put Tonya in a pretty precarious position. I will mention we haven't seen blue come out yet. We haven't seen any wild. Only 1+2. So. And just as I mentioned that, we get a wild and blue. Like, insane with the calls.
Blue in the house, triple play.
Yep, Tonya pulling out that ammo, getting into that Pandora's box on the blue.
Rinsing off that salad. Rinsing off those tomatoes.
Indeed. Snap.
Snap. Ditto.
Dude, I'm red wild from Tonya. Tonya really going up with the ammo this time around. Playing a wild here, you have to wonder if he's got the double finish with that last pair of cards. What is Ninja gonna have to put a stop to this, if anything? Another wild in retaliation, going back to blue we just switched off of. Tonya draws. One more play from Ninja would tie the series. Or tie the game, sorry. Oh dear. Ninja saying you want cards. We could see a run here potentially.
Want cards? What?
Or at the very least a +2, I'm guessing. Oh dear, what is this? Yep, okay. +2 into the 7. Ninja back down to dose Tonya at 5 with a couple freshies. Reverse into draw. The games have been pretty long so far. I haven't gotten a log update from Scars, but I think this one's probably past 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we are just approaching 7 as NinjaJax has won game 3.
Oh, yep, there we go. That'll do it. Actually, could have won that game 2 ways around. If he wanted the swag finish, could have done reverse then into the +4, but either way, that works.
You won a NinjaJax. Again, I mean, NinjaJax, I mean, it might be boring to you, but, you know, the formula can work for you there, even if Discord might be playing games with you there. Thoughts on that?
Honestly, that one was actually fun. Like, I actually got ammo. when you just stuck with numbers, like, it's just so boring. And then when you just draw in and get numbers, and like, I was a bit lucky in that one. I think I had a wild and a +4. And I actually had like 2 skips that I managed to link. That was a good game. Like 7 minutes is just right for a game. Anything over 10 is just a bit, you know.
Oh. Yeah, there was only one self-draw from Tonya. That was the entire game. Nobody self-drew in that game, which is kind of crazy. At Tonya, I mean, it was maybe you would plan A for the both of you, kind of a little bit. I mean, you only drew twice actually. But it was just probably that blue that did you in pretty much. It seemed like.
Yeah, without that switch, I would have. Well, I mean, oh, gee, I just knocked something over. Without that switch, I would have won unless I got like +4, which I mean, Ninja had the +4, but even with that, the game would have been closer. But honestly, that was a really good call on his part. The blue there that just completely killed my tempo. So GG's in that play.
No. I wouldn't be surprised here. Well, let me just say Ninja up 2-1 right now. Tonya has another game call to see if he can tie the series up here. We know 2-2 is a much nicer look than 1-3. So I wouldn't be surprised
Very
knowing
pivotal.
Tonya if we see a 14-15 kind of deal here, but let's see what comes.
Yeah, Tonya, what was your score prediction for this game?
I did not make a score prediction. I don't predict my games. It feels like bad juju, you know.
Okay. If you were going to predict the score but not the winner, what would you have said?
I always predict for free. Unless I have strong reasons to think I'm right.
14.
And free choice to start us off.
Ooh, that's fun. I know, yep, Tonya's not like a strong warrior of the culture start, but
Culture.
definitely leans towards it.
Culture.
And Ninja reciprocates. We get the culture beginning. That's fire. And de
Nobody's
facto full
cursed.
send, by the way. As we see both players willingly go up to 15 cards here. It's getting some nice, gentle running on the green so far. Don't expect any ammo to come out until much later, of course, not with such a heavy start.
Cross to blue.
There we go.
Switch. Here, just a back and forth in the green after the culture, and now we're into blue.
Now we'll see if
Back to green,
Ninja
though.
pulls it
Never
right back to
mind.
green. I have a feeling Tonya's kind of soft fading on the green here, not actually out of it, but we'll see if that's true or not. Either way, looks like both players have red, so that's probably going to be our next avenue for a little bit. Yeah, pretty uneventful game so far. Not much to comment on other than the switches.
Yeah. See a quad 9, even though it wasn't a rainbow. Now we see yellow.
Oh yeah, we do. That covers all 4 colors already, though we only saw a very brief glimpse of the blue. And there's a 5th 9 already. Little double play from Tonya. Gives him the slight card advantage. Ninja responds with a 2 steps down to 7. Tonya's
Takes a
iced.
couple flights down, and now Ninja in control, seems. And will continue.
Indeed. Down a couple more flies to the 4. Does this give Tonya an avenue to switch, or is he stuck drawing?
Still stuck. Guess for now, for Tonya, unless Ninja runs out, it's going to be a matter of finding the right number to go your way. But Ninja instead's going to drive it over to green.
There we go. Into the green.
Out of
Now
the
I had a
bunker,
feeling
onto the green.
Tonya was kind of soft fading on that green, holding on to something. I guess those could have been drawn cards, but Either way, that brief single-player draw city didn't put Tonya too far behind. You see, its card diff's only 6-7 now. Huh. Ninja, after willingly switching from the yellow to the green, goes back to the yellow with a wild. I have to say that's a bit of an odd play, and yeah, looks like I was right about Tonya fading the green big time. But Ninja's strangely happy about receiving those freshies.
How many cards does Tonya have? Because I don't want to break my Discord by clicking a button.
Uh,
Am I allowed to ask that?
I think yeah, 5, but I think you can do Uno table and that should work. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Classic 9 to 5. I got a job interview tomorrow.
Dolly Parton special, as Charles Sanford would say.
Yeah, that's fun. It's interesting. These two players have a real interesting kind of back and forth style between them. One of them plays an ammo card, the other immediately one-ups it. Obviously, we saw Yellow Wild from Ninja and then +4 back into green from Tonya. So, not the first time they've done something like that. I joked about last tournament, Meteorological May. A lot of the series I'd commentated, I seemed to curse them into being sweeps and whatnot. This series, though, it's been very competitive, and I'm glad I finally get to commentate some good Uno gameplay.
No doubt, no doubt. Cross
We
the blue, though,
see-
off that triple.
Yeah. Yeah, nice response to the triple from Tonya. Game is now tied 6-6. Ninja goes up to 8. Tonya way down to 0.
Down to the basement from near the top.
No, I was thinking the same thing. And both players slowly approaching that red zone. Ninja with a double takes himself down to 3. What can Tonya do with the 1? Keeps it blue.
I got another advert.
And this stream is also sponsored by.
Oop. Potentially wrong number. Oh, wow. Tonya had that locked and loaded, apparently. Because I saw the Ninja Yellow 8 flash by for just a second. Oh my god. Red Wild, this could be game. This could very well be game unless Tonya has some a secret +2 or
artificial
+4.
Skittles as well. Cannot do that
Nope.
Uno, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that does not work. I think, yep, this is game.
Yeah. That did not count. You're good to go.
Yeah, the power play did not activate. Not a bug, just a mechanic.
Can't do it when you're at Uno.
I thought Tonya's series with Bree was a different tournament. What is this?
Any series with Bree.
There we go.
Bree won.
GG. My Discord's died again.
Yeah. Leah, it's been quite even, really. I mean, Tonya had the +4 there earlier on, but ultimately didn't have much to back it up. And Ninja
Yeah,
had
very
that wild
even
and clutch.
series. The only real exception, Ninja has the upper hand on +2s. I don't think this game in particular, that was too much of a game changer. Really, I mean, both players getting a lot of what they need very competitive games the whole way down, obviously. Not a single one under 7 minutes so far. I don't think this 3-1 truly speaks to what the series has been like. It's more just Ninja's been lucky enough to get the right positions he needs closer to the end so far. But I think both players have held each other off really well.
For sure. And Ninja, I mean, it was a tough start for you in the game one, and now here you are 3 in a row. What you are with 3 in a row now? Has it just been mostly having ammo options for you, or what has been the key to battling these off in a row like that?
The first game is just like the worst luck going. The second game was decent, and then I got lucky and won. The third game is the best game. It was just back to back, and I felt like I was always behind, and then it just lined up nice. And then the fourth game, I don't know. I was just playing. I don't know. But I feel like we could be here for another hour.
Tonya, is there anything you think you may need to look at adjusting in your strategy to try and combat this? Because it definitely came out strong in the first game, but now it's just been a kind of bit of you've had the options to work with. It's just kind of seems like you've been tapering off in the end.
Yeah, I feel like I need to be more conservative because like typically I play really conservative, love to self draw. Leah knows this well. So this series, I just kind of decided to play a bit more aggressively with the wilds, the skips and reverses. Uh, hasn't been paying off so far. I probably shouldn't have betrayed my typical game style, but 3-1 is like absolutely winnable. Considering there's still a power play, with a bit of luck, this is possible. I think it's fine.
All right. So we will see what goes down, and it's going to go back to NinjaJax for Game 5's call. Cannot be 14.
Yeah, I'm curious if we're because Ninja had some lower starts at first. I'm curious if we're gonna see something kind of in the 8-9 area, or if we're gonna stick to the high tier that he's been succeeding at so far.
But you want to know
what
the
say
real
you?
reason why I pick low numbers? Wait, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
So
the reason?
I pick low numbers because I always play late and I just want the game over dead quick, and it's never the case.
I had a feeling it
Literally.
might be that.
Tragedy.
I'll tell you what, Tonya, because I'm winning 3-1 and you like 12. Let's go with. I'm just trying to think of a story thing. I think this is going to be my 12th win if I win this game. So let's go with that.
Alrighty.
I think I'm only on about 8.
Well, we've had some interesting
luck.
starts so far. A 0, a free choice wild. Nah. Oh, it looks like Tonya has failed the no swearing on stream challenge.
Dang it. That's not even that.
Yeah, it's fine. But I do in my practice series with Tonya love to do no sends just to get on his nerves. It's very enjoyable.
I'm here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, your start, Ninja.
Gonna annoy me. Too late. It's already on video. You're caught in 8K. Purple 0.
I think Tonya might say players asking if he's cool. He's upset. That's just one between me and him.
Upset.
Yeah, he's upset.
Upset indeed.
I mean, an upset's what he's looking for, ironically enough. The seed line and everything.
So
Yeah, yeah,
Which will last for 3 hours.
yeah. I
Stupid
mean, for that to
stuff.
happen, Tony would either move to D1 or I'd have to relegate to D2. I don't
Yeah,
think either of
exactly.
those things are likely to happen this year. But
Stupid stuff. That going.
Early
Oh.
double from Tonya. Takes a very minuscule lead in card count.
Cross to blue now. Tonya looking to try and respond to that. Bill with 9.
This is definitely an interesting position for Tonya. A lot of players, it's stressful to work from behind like this, but oh wow, that's a little triple there. Puts Tony in the red zone actually, down to 3 cards. This is looking promising, but as I was saying, for certain players and from what I've seen from Tonya when we've played together, the pressure of playing from behind isn't that stressful. Uh So I can still see this going either way. I mean, obviously Ninja just 1 win away. Both players still with the power play. Uh,
I'm gonna do it. Purple. There's a +4.
I thought that was gonna be it. I
Well,
saw the
it
blue
is
+4
purple. The
playing
series
purple.
continues with purple.
Yeah, very dominant double +4 finish from Tonya there. That kind of swings the momentum
Yeah.
back in his favor.
And yeah, +2, holding 2 +4s to the end. It's hard to lose on that. Tonya, how important was that hand for you to be able to keep the series alive for you there?
Yeah, like basically, the second I saw this hand, I knew the realistic way should be winning this match. No, I don't like winning due to getting a good hand. I like winning in like long games. But if it like saves my series, then I'm fine getting one lucky win as long as these last two are pure skill.
And why the purple? Why the purple? Why the purple? Yeah, Ninja, nothing more to say, I suppose, than it just being no no ammo there, really.
I mean, he had like 2+4s, like as he was saying, like he should never lose. But I literally had, I think I had a yellow reverse, a green reverse, and the rest numbers. I was like, sound.
Yeah, much more to say on that one, Leo. It was pretty strong hand, and that's exactly the kind of thing Tonya needed down 3-1 like that, especially playing up against hands like that.
Yeah, I think Tonya said it best. Don't always like winning those quick high ammo games, but sometimes you need it to keep yourself alive. I am curious to see what Tonya does with another start here, obviously hoping to take it to game 7. I would not be surprised if we see a full send, but I will let Scars take it away.
Right. How many we go with? Go 1 down to the 11. Game 6.
Very interesting.
Start us
Kind of
up
sticking
with a
more in the
+2.
mid tier, actually. Got a +2 start. Yeah, Tonya, even if he has a +2, not the type of player to take the bait on that. Just closes it off with a number. I am like the CIA. I had to commentate this series because I know more about you than anyone else in this league does. I mean,
Well,
I can get
it
some
didn't
half
excite you
decent
so
reads
much
on
that you
Twitch.
asked for it to be reserved prior to this it being scheduled.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I just nothing will compare to how fast I jumped on that Marble Side Captain Gaming series, but
All right, double play from Tonya.
playing it cool. Sticking with the numbers in the blue for now.
Over 2 minutes, and
I will
green
never
and
look at
blue.
a zero the same way after this
Oh, there's
series, I
red.
swear. Red, Vile
Double pair.
Wild is still red, yeah. Let me take a quick look at the card history here, because yeah, this is the first we've seen of red. So kind of opening Pandora's box here. I mean, neither player is close to finishing, we would presume. But we do see a quick double from Ninja. Down several floors from the 9 to the 2. Now it's starting to get a little tense. In short, this is a real interesting position, especially because
Yes.
we're in game 6. Both players still have their power plays. So I'm curious to see if Tonya gets close enough, if he'll jump on that opportunity for game 7, even if it means sacrificing that, or if he'll kind of take a risk potentially. Oh, I guess that won't have to be a question. That's unfortunate timing. Power play from NinjaJax means this series is probably over.
Oh, dang. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was right on time with the reads by bringing it up, but I wasn't expecting it to come up so soon. I mean, cannot fault Ninja whatsoever for playing a strategically optimal series. I mean, very good gameplay we've seen here.
Despite being
Obviously,
bored
Tonya
about it.
also. Yeah.
Despite it being boring to him.
Obviously, Ninja kind of had to fight Tonya as well as the bot. Or just Discord itself being slow, not the bot. My apologies. But, yeah. A lot of skill, a little bit of luck. Ultimately, it was the combo that presumably got him this series victory. I mean, technically, it's not sealed yet, but I think the power play there pretty much confirms it. I, what?
Cannot do it back to back. Unfortunate, but that's
Ninja power plays and then draw. I was like doing a series recap. What?
Yeah,
What?
that was
That was premature on my part. My apologies, everyone.
yeah. Okay, after the power play would be reopened for Tonya at this point.
Yeah, you don't see power plays like that often, Short. I will admit, my commentary was a bit lackluster there. I'm just surprised, and I'm sure you can understand why. We'll have to see, I guess, ask Ninja what that was about after the game ends.
Depending on what happens here. Ninja
There's
finds a
still
switch,
the
though.
chance he pulls this off, obviously, but that +2 might have thrown a wrench in things. Keeping it simple, 1 up, running the yellow, both players. I don't know what I just watched, Short. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of
So
confused.
yeah,
right now.
I'm quite interested to see what the thought process was before.
It wouldn't be the first time in MRE that we've seen a misplaced power play, kind of. I believe up in D1, near the end of movie May, Mac Johnson, either Final Four or finale, made a power play mistake and still won. So we'll see what happens here. It's not over for Ninja just because of that. Okay, Tonya switches to the red.
So across the red on the 7. Ninja undercutting the green.
Yeah,
Dead
yeah,
even, and we're making
undercut
a switch
upon an
run.
undercut. Oh, Tonya has green cards though. Green 0 could keep Tonya stuck here, having to draw. Yep. Ninja takes advantage of that, down to dose with the reverse into the 4. Tonya's still drawing. This could be game? Yeah, no, sorry, Tonya. Yeah, in a position like that, after you draw, it's not your turn. So what you can do is power play, then draw, then you'd have another turn after that. But
Yeah. Yeah, it would have had to have been.
Another advert break. This is so painful.
Oh my god. Tragedy.
I literally sent that like 30 seconds ago. Right, this is so fun.
yeah, oh wow. I mean, not to take away from how close and competitive this series has truly been, but I think we're starting to see notes of both players being pretty physically tired here.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, indeed it is, though, because unless Tonya has a +2 or
This
+4,
could have been. Are we going to lament on the pat?
yeah,
No. Oh my goodness.
there we go. That's surely it's game this time.
Right?
I would hope so.
Right?
Oh, my Discord's broke.
Right?
This series, man, I don't even know.
I'll just leave you hanging.
It was all worth it.
Hopefully I can make Tonya late for work before I can play this blue 8.
Wait
We
another
should wait
5
another 5
minutes,
minutes.
yeah.
I don't have work, fortunately for me. We can stay here for like. Oh, when does
Wait.
the
Wait, should we make this the
when
world's
does the
longest gamer
round of
game?
64 deadline end? We can stay here until then, and then the match will like end automatically.
No, like
And
turn the
automatically.
best of 7 into a best of 15.
Damn. It's so
There it is.
Man, I'll let you take the wheel for now, Short. I got a few comments after you get word
Yeah.
from the players.
Yeah,
but
It seemed Ninja definitely was a challenging one with any technical problems, but for aside from that, it was also what was the thought process behind the power play there? Because looking at that, even though Tony didn't have anything in the end, he could have used it in that situation at the end with the wild and the blue 8.
So I've only ever used the power play once, and I don't really get how it works. And I had it typed to play, but then I bottled it, and I wasn't gonna play it, and then my Discord broke, and I was spamming enter, and I played the power play.
Nice.
Like 30 seconds later, I was like, "Oh, power play," and I thought I already had my go, so I played my card, left myself with no blues on blue, and it was like, "It's your go again." I was like, "Mint." That's why I drew. I was trying to switch it back into green.
Yeah.
Or something, or red or something.
Well, Tonya, your season ends at this point, but obviously, had a competitive one here, tonight. Thoughts on this game and overall season as you headed for your off season. Looking forward to 26.
I mean, it's unfortunate it ends here. It's I'm glad it ends on a really fun series. This was okay. What's a way to say this without swearing? I'm just gonna say this was. I'm just gonna say this was a fun, chaotic series. Uh, it's. I'm just like gonna continue practicing into 26. There's definitely still things I need to learn because I feel like some of the plays I made in the game weren't because luck wise we were about even. Debatably, I was even luckier, especially considering what happened in Game 5. So there were definitely some mistakes here, but overall, I'm just glad I joined the league, man. This is the only thing that can consistently make me wake up at 6 a.m. I have more trouble waking up for school than for frigging Uno matches. So I just like to thank all the organizers for doing this. And in 26, I'm gonna finally learn how to play Purple Wild, and then it's just gonna be completely over.
There you go. There you go. And Ninja, one more for you. Obviously, now you're one win away from LCQ being locked up, but you got to go up against a 1 seed in Insane. But you've gone up against a 1 seed before. You did it once against Luke in your first tournament. What do you got to do? What do you got to do to prepare for that one? Be ready to try and pull off a shocker like that again and lock yourself into postseason.
Honestly, I just need to leave this call when we're done, go play Among Us till the game, and then when it's time to play Uno, jump back on, no practice, and see if I can have a repeat result of what I did against Luke.
Alrighty then.
And I'll be honest, practicing. This is the only game I've practiced for other than Rider. I played one game just because I actually forgot how to do like the commands and that.
Right.
And I found tonight harder with practice than just going in bone dry. Like, what's it been? It's been like 6 weeks since the last game.
I believe so.
But yeah, good luck to Tonya next season. Hopefully we can meet again.
Right.
Actually, hopefully we don't meet again because your time zone's terrible.
All right. Yeah, Leah, final thoughts.
First things first, I just want to real quick ask Ninja. I'm still a bit stunned about that power play. Can I just quickly ask like what the plan was with that? Obviously, it worked out. But...
So I still had my power play. I've only ever used it once before and didn't really know how to use it then. Still don't really know how to use it. Had it typed out, then my Discord broke. I backspaced it all, and then I was like spamming enter because that's what I've been doing to fix it. And then I have to like go into gravel stage, then go into jury stage, then minimize Discord, then go back into prosecution stage. And then I'd played the power play and I was like, man.
Oh, geez. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Like
so that was an accident then.
Well, I was gonna play it, but then I didn't play it. And then it played. But every time I clicked to see my hand, I had to do like a little cheat code on Discord to like get it working again.
I see. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I mean, props to you, not just for winning this series, but for doing it under such technical duress. I mean,
It's had
this
2
this
a.m.
is a very
Like,
very well played series. Obviously, kudos to Ninja for pulling this off after a lackluster performance last tourney. Looking forward to see more from you. And honestly, good job to Tonya for putting up such a good fight. I mean, might not have gone the full distance with 7 games, but I think the 6 games he did have, he showed a lot of promise and a lot of talent holding off Ninja here. Obviously, you ever want to practice, just hit me up. And yeah, I'm thrilled I got to commentate such a good series, and looking for great things from both players. That's all.
All right, appreciate those thoughts and your brackets on the screen. Prosecution, 1 game to go in the top half. Evan awaits either Wes or Meredith. They'll play Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. But it is Saiyan and Ninja in the 1-8 game in the prosecution race coming up in round 2. Ninja looking to try and lock in LCQ next round, but it's got to do it up against the championship and for Ender. So that is going to do it for us tonight. For Scars for refing, appreciate that as always. Leah joining me in the booth, and for Ninja and Tonya, great game tonight. And congrats to Ninja, who keeps his season alive for another round, looking to try and punch his ticket to the LCQ next round. But he will improve to 4-3, 21-20. Tonya falls and finishes at 1-3, 10-13. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you join us tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, as we will be bringing you live coverage once again of Justice July, Marcus and Puzzle Dan 5v12 game in the jury region. And then, of course, join us tomorrow for a pack day in D1. We'll start at 11 a.m. with myself and Seth Cole, with Mac Johnson and Vera Gold, the first of 4 games tomorrow in the straight 16 of Jackpot June. But for now, we thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow for more action, starting at 11 with D1 and at 2 with D2.
This has been a presentation of MRE Uno Division 2.